is inner peace and contentment. Gopal dismissed the hermit's words as insignificant and mocked him. Seth Gopal's pride continued to grow, and he kept flaunting his power. He believed that his wealth and authority made him the greatest man in the world. He was often seen driving expensive cars and wearing expensive jewelry just to show off his lavish life. The villagers always cowered before him because they feared that Gopal's wrath would fall upon them. His words were sharp enough to disturb anyone. Savitri's situation was getting worse with each passing day. Despite living with her husband, she felt completely alone. Her mind constantly wondered, will my husband ever change? Will he ever admit his mistakes and let go of his pride? Savitri couldn't find any way to free Gopal from his arrogance and pride. She tried multiple times. Savitri's heart swelled with pride because she had kept her patience and trust to bring her husband back on the right track. Gopal and Savitri's lives had completely transformed. Gopal was now respected not just for his wealth, but for his humanity and goodness. He had learned from his experiences that true happiness lies in building good relationships with others and being kind, not just in money. Always be kind to others. The bell above the glass door jingled softly as Amara stepped into the corner store, the same one she passed every day on her walk home from Lincoln High. The store was old, tucked between a nail salon and a barber shop, and run by a grumpy man named Mr. Ravi. To most people, Mr. Ravi was invisible, an old, stiff shopkeeper who never smiled and always seemed to be counting pennies. He wore the same gray sweater every day and had a permanent scowl. "Hi, Mr. Ravi," Amara said, placing $1 on the counter. He grunted, barely looking up. She picked up a chocolate bar and smiled anyway. "Have a good day." No response. Still, every Friday, Amara came in, said hello, and left with a smile. It was her small ritual. Her friends teased her about it. "Why do you bother with him?" her friend Jazz asked. "He's like a vending machine with attitude." "I don't know," Amara shrugged. "Maybe he just needs someone to be kind to him." One Friday, the bell didn't jingle when Amara entered. She looked around. The lights were off in the back, and the radio was silent. Mr. Ravi sat behind the counter with his hands clasped, staring at nothing. "Hi, Mr. Ravi," she asked gently. He blinked and looked up slowly. "I didn't see your usual smile," she teased, though he never smiled anyway. For the first time, he chuckled. "Just a little." Amara raised an eyebrow. "I just wanted to say," she hesitated, "you're part of my routine. I hope you're okay." He didn't say anything, but later, as she unwrapped her chocolate bar outside, she noticed something tucked beneath the wrapper. A small note. "Thank you. You're the only one who's kind to me." Her eyes welled with tears. Over the next few weeks, their relationship shifted. Mr. Ravi began talking, a little at first, then more. He told her he had lost his wife 5 years ago and that he'd had a falling out with his son. He told her about how he used to be a school teacher in India, how he loved poetry, and how lonely he'd become after moving to the US. Amara listened. That's all she did. No advice, no judgment. One afternoon, Mr. Ravi walked out from behind the counter and sat with her on the bench outside the store. "You remind me of my daughter," he said quietly. She used to say, kindness is free, so why not give it away? You have the same spirit. Amara smiled. She sounds amazing. She was, he said. She died when she was 16. A long silence fell between them. Then he added, it never leaves you the loss, but kindness, it makes it lighter to carry. At school, Amara started something new. She called it the kindness wall. It began as a whiteboard in the hallway where students could write anonymous compliments or positive notes to classmates. The first week, only a few messages showed up. To Rachel, I love your artwork. To Chris, thanks for tutoring me in math. To whoever picked up my books when I dropped them, thank you. By the third week, it was full every day. People started smiling more in the halls. Arguments between classmates dropped. Even teachers noticed. Still, not everyone was a fan. A senior named Ryan, known for his sarcastic attitude, mocked it loudly. Oh, look, more fake niceness. What a joke. Amara overheard but didn't react. She wrote a note instead. To Ryan, I hope today is easier for you than yesterday. She pinned it anonymously. The next morning, it was gone. One Wednesday evening, the sky turned an ominous gray. Thunder rumbled low like a warning drum, and rain began pelting the streets. Amara was at the library studying when the storm hit. Her phone buzzed. Mom, storm is bad. Stay at the library or somewhere safe. Don't try to walk. As she looked out the window, she realized something. The store. She ran. By the time she reached the corner shop, wind whipped her umbrella from her hands. She burst through the door, soaked and breathless. Mr. Ravi? She called. No answer. She rushed to the back. There he was, collapsed on the floor, his hand clutching his chest. Amara's heart stopped. She pulled out her phone and called 911. Stay with me, she whispered, kneeling beside him. His eyes fluttered open. He managed a faint smile. You came. I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere. The ambulance came in minutes. Mr. Ravi survived the heart attack, but the doctors said he needed long-term care. He wouldn't be able to return to the store. When Amara visited him in the hospital, he looked tired, older than ever. I don't know what happens to the store now, he said. I don't have anyone left. Amara held his hand. You're not alone anymore. She had an idea. Back at school, she spoke to teachers, parents, and even the principal. Together, Ravi's rescue. The community donated not just money, but time and memories. People who hadn't spoken to Mr. Ravi in years suddenly came forward. A woman he'd helped pay for diapers when she was struggling. A man who said Mr. Ravi in years. Ravi had once let him take food on credit for months. A teenager who said, he always called me by name when no one else did. Amara compiled the letters and read them aloud to him in the hospital. He wept. I thought I was forgotten, he said. Never, Amara whispered. As summer began, something miraculous happened. Mr. Ravi's estranged son, Arjun, heard about the fundraiser through social media and came back. They hadn't spoken in 10 years. Their reunion was awkward, emotional, and imperfect, but it was a beginning. Amara stayed quietly in the background. She didn't need to be part of it. Just knowing she had helped was enough. Later, Arjun found her outside the hospital. "My dad talks about you like you're his guardian angel," he said. "I'm just someone who said hello." "Well, thank you," he said, holding out his hand, "for giving me my dad back." Months later, Mr. Ravi retired officially, but the store didn't close. With Arjun managing, from the community pitching in, it became a new kind of place, a community hub. A free little library was set up outside. There was a donation jar, not for tips, but to help those in need. Every Friday, someone gave away something. Snacks, clothes, books. Above the counter hung a sign that read, "Always be kind to others," in memory of Meera, who believed in gentle souls. People began calling it the kindness store. Years passed. Amara went on to become a counselor, working with troubled youth. But she returned every holiday to visit Meadow Grove and the store. One chilly December evening, she sat outside on the same bench, sipping hot cocoa. A teenage boy approached shyly. "You're Amara, right?" he asked. She nodded. "My mom told me how you helped Mr. Ravi. She said you changed the town." Amara smiled. "I didn't do anything big, just small kindnesses." "Well," he pulled out a notebook, "I started writing down every kind thing someone does for me. Want to see?" She leafed through the notebook and felt her throat tighten. This was it, the ripple. She passed the notebook back. "Keep writing, you're doing something big." Kindness doesn't need recognition. It doesn't ask for attention. It lives in unnoticed smells, in warm cocoa on cold days, in hands held beside hospital beds, in notes tucked under wrappers. It lives in you. Every person you meet is fighting a battle you can't see. A word, a gesture, a single act can change everything. Like Mr. Ravi, like Amara, like you. So always be kind to others. Don't show off. Tara Mehta was the most talked about teenager in Sunshine Valley College. At just 15, she had over 100 followers on social media, the latest phone, designer shoes, and a YouTube channel where she posted fashion tips and how to be cool videos. Every morning, she arrived at college in her dad's shiny red convertible, wearing sunglasses even when it wasn't. Her nails were always perfectly painted, her outfits perfectly styled, and her confidence unshakable. She walked through the college halls like a movie star, chin up, head high, and always followed by a group of students who wanted to be just like her. "Look at Tara's boots," someone would whisper. "She's wearing the new Glow-Z sneakers. They're not even released in India yet," another would say. Tara loved the attention. She thrived on it. But most of all, she showed off. All the time. Whenever someone did something, Tara had done it better. "Oh, you went to Goa last weekend? That's cute. I went to Dubai for New Year's. You bought a new phone? Mine's the latest version, not even out in stores yet. You won the dance competition? I performed last month." The worst part? Some of it was true. Tara did live a glamorous life, but she had forgotten one thing: how to be kind. It was a bright Monday morning when Principal Mrs. DaCosta walked into class with a girl beside her. The girl had short curly hair, a bright yellow bag, and wore simple jeans with a hand-painted shirt. "Class, this is Anya Sharma," said Mrs. DaCosta. "She's just moved from Dehradun. Please make her welcome." Tara rolled her eyes. "You go. Let's see how long she lasts," she whispered. He smiled nervously and sat in the empty seat beside Tara. "Hi, I'm Anya," she said warmly. "I know," Tara said, barely looking up. "Everyone does." Over the next few days, Anya quietly adjusted to her surroundings. She wasn't loud, she wasn't flashy, but she was good, really good. She aced all her class tests, played the guitar like a pro, and even beat Tara's score in a surprise quiz. Tara couldn't believe it. Who does she is, he thought. Then came the college's annual Talent Fiesta, a week-long celebration of music, dance, drama, and fun competitions. Tara had been the reigning queen for 2 years. She performed a solo dance, hosted the show, and even modeled in the fashion event. Everyone expected her to win again this year, until Anya signed up. The entire college buzzed with excitement. Posters of Tara and Anya were everywhere. Students whispered in corridors, "Who's going to win? Is Tara nervous? Is Anya actually better?" Tara pretended not to care. "Please, she's new. She doesn't stand a chance," she said, flipping her hair. But inside, she was worried. On the first day of Talent Fiesta, Anya performed soulful songs she had written herself. The auditorium was silent, hanging on every note. When she finished, the crowd erupted in applause. Even the teachers stood up. Tara clapped politely, hiding her clenched fists behind her back. The next day was the dance performance. Tara wore a sparkly costume and did a Hollywood routine. The crowd loved it. Then I came on stage barefoot, wearing a simple white kurta, and did a performance that was so graceful and moving it brought tears to my eyes, the judges whispered. Teachers nodded. Tara bit her lip. Each day, I won something. Tara did lose completely, but she was the center of attention anymore, and she hated it. The night before the final event, Show Your Skill, Tara sat in her room, scrolling through Anya's photos on Instagram. "People think she's someone talented," she muttered. "Let's see how she handles fame." She had a plan. The next morning, Tara walked in college with a huge smile. She found Anya in the library. "Hey Anya, you've been doing great," she said sweetly. Anya looked surprised. "Oh, thanks. I became better." "You know," Tara said, "you should totally let me record a performance today. My YouTube channel has a huge following." Anya hesitated. "I don't know. I'm not used to being on camera." "Oh, come on," Tara said. "You're amazing. People need to see this." Anya finally agreed. That evening, during her performance, Anya played a complex tune on the guitar while singing in 4 languages. Tara filmed every second and uploaded it to her YouTube followers. Anya added a caption, "When someone tries too hard to be special hard." Within minutes, the video up with me, "Who sings in 4 languages? Show off. Trying too hard. Cringe." Tara pretended to be shocked. "I don't know why people are being so mean," she told everyone. "I was just trying to help her." Anya found out. She was heartbroken. She didn't say a word. She quietly left stage and didn't return for the final awards ceremony. Tara won Most Popular Performer, but for the first time, the applause felt hollow. The next day, the principal called Tara to her office. "Tara," said Mrs. DaCosta, "I saw you and the caption." "I didn't mean," Tara began. "You humiliate fellow students, someone who trusted you." "I was just showing off," Mrs. DaCosta gently. Tara looked down. "Being popular is easy. Being respected is hard. You have talent, no doubt. But you also have pride. And pride, with jealousy, can be dangerous." Tara was silent. "You're suspended from college events for a month. And you'll issue a public apology in person, on stage." Tara's face turned red. "Do I have to?" "Yes," Mrs. DaCosta said firmly. "You do." The entire college gathered in the auditorium the next morning. Whispers flew across the room. Tara walked onto the stage, alone. She looked out at the crowd, took a deep breath, and began. "I've always thought being the best was what mattered most. I thought if people admired me, I was winning. But I forgot that being kind is more important than being admired." She paused. "I hurt someone who didn't deserve it. I was jealous, and instead of supporting her, I tried to bring her down. "Anya, if you hear, I'm really sorry." There was silence. Then a small voice from the back said, "I forgive you." Anya walked up to the stage and gave Tara a hug. The crowd clapped, not because Tara was popular, but because she had admitted she was wrong. Over the next few weeks, Tara changed. She still loved fashion, still danced, and still shared videos. But now she used her platform to showcase too. She invited Anya to collaborate on music videos. She praised her classmates. She even taught dance to juniors after school. Her YouTube bio changed from Queen of Cool to Learning to be Kind, and her follower count, it doubled. But for once, Tara didn't care about the numbers. She was just being someone else could trust, not just someone they admired. A year later, Tara and Anya won the Best Duo Performance at the National Interschool Fest. They held the trophy together, smiling. As they stood on stage, Tara looked into the crowd and said, "Never try to dim someone else's light to make yours shine brighter. There's enough light for everyone." The audience, and for once, Tara the only star. She was a galaxy bright, kind, and shining girl. More also, showing off might get attention, but kindness and respect. Don't show your pain. 17-year-old Patel was a girl everyone admired. Top of her class, captain of the debate team, with a smile so steady and warm it could thaw winter. To the world, she was a symbol of strength, someone who had it all together. But no one saw the shadows behind her eyes or heard the silent screams behind her laughter. Anaya had learned long ago that showing pain was a sign of weakness. Her father, an ex-army officer turned school principal, had drilled it into her since she was little. Tears are for the night, not for the battlefield. And life, he said, was always a battlefield. So Anaya became a master of masks. When her mother passed away from cancer 2 years earlier, Anaya didn't cry at the funeral. She shook hands. She delivered the eulogy. She even comforted relatives who couldn't stop sobbing. When her little brother crumbled in her arms every night, she held him like a rock solid, unwavering. But inside, she was breaking. Her final of high school. College applications loomed. The pressure to be perfect intensified. At school, she excelled because she had to. At home, she cooked, cleaned, and helped her brother with homework because no one else would. Her father was present in body, but emotionally absent, buried in his own grief and discipline. One Tuesday afternoon, after a grueling debate competition, Anaya fainted in the girls' bathroom. It was Maya, a quiet classmate and an aspiring poet, who found her. When Anaya came to, her first words were, "Don't tell anyone." But Maya had already seen the truth in her eyes, the kind of exhaustion no nap could fix. "Why do you always pretend you're okay?" Maya asked gently. "Because if I fall apart, who's going to hold everything together?" Anaya replied. Maya didn't push. Instead, she made Anaya a deal. "I won't tell anyone. But from now on, I'm your secret keeper. You don't have to show your pain to the world, but at least show it to someone." Reluctantly, Anaya agreed. For the first time, she let someone in. She started she never sent, but placed in a small tin box hidden under Maya's desk. It became their silent exchange.